Today we will be discussing most probable values and residual. Now suppose let x be the true value of the quantity and x1, x2, x3 up till xn the numbers of quantity and several reliable measurements. Then the corresponding errors are defined by small x1 is equal to x1 minus x, small x2 is equal to x2 minus x, and so on up till small xn is equal to xn minus x. Actually we know the true value since any experiment made to determine it will be accomplished by random errors. However, in order to proceed further, we must choose some quantity which is called the most probable value. We will denote it by x bar. The most probable value is the average of all the data. We define the residual by d1 is equal to x1 minus x bar, d2 is equal to x2 minus x bar, and so on up till dn is equal to xn minus x bar. Here we see that the errors and residue are different from each other since x and x bar are equal. Now next is Gaussian error curve. First of all, let us assume that the errors and residuals are neither systematic nor constant but are equally likely to be positive or negative. Some errors are more frequent than the large ones, and very large errors do not occur at all. Under these conditions, the error follow the law of probability given by normal distribution. Omega x is equal to y, which is equal to e raised to power minus x square upon 2 rho square upon rho into under root 2 pi. Now here we have taken the quantity rho square is the dispersion of the distribution omega x, and rho is the standard deviation. For the sake of convenience, we put omega x is equal to n and h square is equal to 1 upon 2 rho square. So above equation can be written as capital N is equal to h upon under root pi into e raised to power minus h square x square. Now this relation gives the relative number of measurements of n having error x. Now suppose if we plot a graph between capital N and x, the plot thus obtained is called the Gaussian error curve. Here you can see the graph. Now this graph for h is equal to 1 and h is equal to 0.6 is shown in this figure. From the curve we observe that when h is large, n is large for a given small value of x and decreases as x increases. Thus, a high precision index means that a large number of the measurements agree clearly with the true value of the quantity. On the other hand, if h is small, fraction of the result is close to the true value and more large errors occur than in the previous case. Next is principle of least square. Now suppose let n be the number of measurements taken. Let the error in the ith measurement be xi. The probability that the error xi lies between xi and xi plus dxi, this is given by pi is equal to h upon under root pi into e raised to minus h square xi square dxi. The probability that the n errors x1, x2, x3 up till xn occur in the product of n terms, that is in one for each measurement is an independent. Thus we have p is equal to p1 into p2 into p3 up till pn, which is equal to h upon under root pi ki power n into e raised to minus h square x1 square plus x2 square up till xn square into dx1 dx2 up till dxn. Clearly the differentials dx1, dx2, dxn are arbitrary, for they may be interpreted as the smallest subdivision on the scale which is being read. Now, from this equation, that is equation number 2, we observe that when h is fixed, the product p is maximum. When the exponent of e is minimum, that is when x1 square plus x2 square plus x3 square up till xn square, this is minimum. The result 3 is called the principle of least square. Thank you.